Hello everybody. Today we are going to create and send out a newsletter campaign inside your SuiteCRM system. Okay, so let's go. Campaigns can be quite complex in your CRM system, so therefore let's just jump in. First, I would like to create a campaign, then look around a little bit into how it looks like if the campaign is being sent out. And towards the end of the video, I'll show you as well like a small trick or workaround and how you can send out your campaign in case it gets stuck in the mail queue. So, but first, if you're in the campaigns module, you will see that there are a couple of more details here. For instance, you've got something like view diagnostics. So here you're able to get an overview of everything is ready and correctly set up in order to send out your email campaigns. If not, you can either create and do things from here, and then if you corrected something or added something, and then you can recheck, or you could do this in the appropriate configuration parts of the system. So let's first create an email campaign. Email campaign, I would like to pick the newsletter campaign for now, and this allows me to send one email to a single target list. So I do this one, and I would simply call it newsletter, maybe SuiteCRM guide. And here I would say it's planning. You can move it to assign to somebody else. So this is just the pure standard management around every single record that you've got in the CRM system. Campaign budget makes sense if you have something like, let's say, maybe offline events, and you want to plan with a budget very carefully, or if you're using, let's say, landing pages for specific campaigns and you're buying traffic on those landing pages, and then it makes more sense. So here you would need to add those lists that you create, those target lists. If you have not created any target list, check out my video on the target lists and on the reports to target list, because here with those lists you can select who you're going to send your newsletter to. If you keep it as it is, it will simply create a list for you in the background, or you want to add a specific unsubscription list, so you would have all your subscribers who unsubscribed then in one specific list, and then we can just have here a specific suppression list by ID, which is the unsubscription list, and a test list. You should always be doing this before you send out your newsletter to all your customers or leads or whatever. Then you should first go ahead and send it to a small list, a test list of your private email address and then a couple of friends or whatever, and test it on different devices. So here this would be a test list which you can select here. Next thing is the template. To this one, then I select the right one already, and you see this is the email template that I created so far with the subject and the body. Check out my video on the email templates in order to figure out how this is being done. And we still have to go back to this section later on after we apply the workaround. So here the marketing email will be newsletter SuiteCRM guide. And there is a bounce handling account which has already been, there's only one, and that's why this one has been automatically selected for me. If you want to know how to set up this one, check out my video on the inbound email accounts and how to set them up. Outgoing email account, maybe you have a special one. I'm just using the system one for now. And I pick any random date, and the system one, the system outgoing email account, has already those details here stored, and therefore this is pre-filled for me. That looks good so far. So here we've got an overview of what's done and what I still have to do. Now I can go into the details and add the tracker. As you can see, this is just a standard detail view of a campaign, just like the other modules as well that we've discovered so far, but here is just for the campaigns, and it contains a couple of special fields, features, and related things. One special thing is this tracker URL that I mentioned before. So what do we do with this, or what is it? If you're sending out email campaigns or like emails, and then you need to track who clicked on which link, or how many people clicked on the link that you sent out to them. And this is exactly for you here. So in this case, I want to have this guide to the SuiteCRM guide, this link, and I want to add this as a tracker link. So this is my link title, and this one here is the link to my website. And then I click on save. This tracker link is now here available, and what I'm doing now is I'm going back into the wizard, and I'm skipping directly to the template here. I have to reselect it in order to pre-populate the field here, the email body, so to say. And now I've got a tracker here, which we just created in a workaround. I insert this one here, and now I've got this one inside my email body. So I've got the subject, I've got the email body. I can still work on the email body and change it here, but I prefer usually to prepare the template and then just do tiny changes which are really necessary here inside the wizard. That's so far it for now. We're kind of ready with the campaign. Now what you should do first is send a marketing email as a test. And this one goes to a couple of devices. Then you check the devices, how the display and everything looks like before you send out this one here. Send email at scheduled time. So what happens now is basically inside the admin, you've got an email queue here. And there it just created a couple of records in this queue. And now you can see who participated or who is part of the target list that I selected. And these will appear here with their email addresses, and you will see the marketing message as well. And now probably if you reload this, the queue has not been sent out yet. Okay, you can give this a try to send it out. So there's another thing inside the admin area. There's a scheduler and run nightly mass email campaigns. So usually this is set to, so this is a cron job configuration, and this is usually set to here at 0 and hours 2. That means 2 in the mornings, and I've just set it to every single minute in order to be able to test this. Now I want to test this, so I go to my email dummies, I reload and check which kind of emails I've got here. Now I can check any, and you can see that like different times of sending the email. And now I have here my email template, looks familiar, and here's my unsubscription link. And if you hover over this link at the very bottom left, you can see that the first thing that this links, or the first page that link brings me to, is basically my CRM system. So I click on this in a new tab, but it redirects me within like not even a second. So within 0 seconds, it redirects me here. And now through this redirect, I'm able to track what happened. So, and then I can check this one here, view status. And in the status, you see I have 3 sent messages. And I have 1 person who clicked on the link, exactly. And now 0 opted out, 0 leads created, 0 contacts, and so on. So if you have different kinds of campaigns, there will be different statuses here, or different KPIs. And here you can see all the other details, like how many bounced in messages we've got because of invalid emails and how many people opted out and so on and so on. And you will see nicely the overview of who did what. And here, as you can see, this name has received my email and clicked with one hit on this on my tracker URL. So very nice. That gives me like an overview of my of how well this whole campaign performed. So if you go back to the overview of the campaigns, then you're basically back into the list view, and here you are. Then you see in the details here, target lists, what has been linked before. So far so good, and you can get back to the status from here as well, and get the overview again. Delete test entries. This is what I mentioned before. So if you have sent an email to a test list and then you already have some status values inside of the test, because you should be checking as well whether all the links are working correctly and everything, then you can delete the test entries again. So this just helps a lot in keeping your email campaigns very clean, especially the data of the results of the campaigns. Okay, maybe let's try one more thing. I want to have one person unsubscribing. So maybe Vito goes now and says, I want to unsubscribe. Opens this one in a new tab. You have elected to opt out of receiving emails. Okay, you can configure this one here. It just doesn't look very nice, and you need code in order to make it look nicer. So, and then we refresh the pages, the statistics here, and then you see something is happening as well. So somebody has opted out, and then you will see this one as well here inside our opted out sub panel. So it's quite comprehensive in terms of which kind of details you can view on your SuiteCRM campaigns. Thank you very much for watching. That's all for this video, and see you next time. Bye.